Welcome back. Now, Brits feel they're being ripped off on a daily basis by hidden or additional charges. But what are the hidden charges that annoy you the most? Here's a few that we've picked out with the aid of the train app TrainPal, which did a survey of 2,000 people. It seems that ATM charges annoy 61% of people. Booking fees, 59% of people are annoyed by that. Hidden mail costs annoy 49% of people. Restaurants charging for tips on top of service charges, 46% of people are annoyed with that. And cinemas banning you from taking in your own suite annoy 33% of people. Okay, Jasmine Birtles, she's a money expert, and she's going to talk us through these sneaky charges. So why, Jasmine? People feel they're being ripped off every single day. Why?
Yes, and because they are, let's be honest. And they are because the companies can. So in some cases, for example, motorway service stations, they've kind of got you over a barrel. They can charge you extra because, you know, pretty much it's very difficult not to go there if you suddenly need petrol. And same with ATM charges. If you really, really want to get the money out there and maybe there's not one somewhere else, they can charge. You will pay it. So that's much of the reason why they do it, because they can.
It all just seems a bit unfair.
Oh, absolutely. And this is the thing, if you like, with a market economy. We need, every now and then, we need government or we need consumers to go, actually, no, that is unfair. I'm happy to pay, you know, a proper price that I think is fair, because obviously companies need to get their own profit, otherwise they won't bother. But unfair charges, just slapping it on just because you can, we don't like that.
A lot of people saying that insurance policies and the charges associated with that annoy them. Just talk us through those insurance policies and what those extra charges are.
Yes, so we heard this week that insurance companies are being looked at, particularly with car insurance and home insurance. Basically, if you're with an insurance company and you come up for renewal, they will, 9 times out of 10, they'll give you a premium that's higher than the one before. And the thing is that about half of us go, oh, all right, then, you know, I'll pay it. Half of us, though, go, hang on a sec, no, I'm going to shop around. And I always say to people, when it comes to renewing your insurance, always shop around, never accept what your insurance company is offering you. And you could even, instead of just shopping around, just phone up your insurer and go, no, I want something cheaper than that. And 9 times out of 10, they'll go, oh, all right then, you know, maybe 50 quid off just for a phone call. So it's always worth doing that.
Let's talk about train fares. This is always an issue that annoys people, just because they say they're so ridiculously high. I mean, you can fly to the States for less than a train fare to Edinburgh.
Oh, absolutely, totally. And this, we have a Byzantine system of pricing in this country. It really is extraordinary. I mean, for a start, sometimes it's actually cheaper to get 2 tickets for one journey. It's what they call split ticketing. And that's crazy. I mean, it's also a nuisance. I mean, you mentioned TrainPal, of course, that's an app that actually does it for you, so thank goodness. But you also have crazy different prices for different times. You can actually save money by booking ahead, even the day before or even early on the day that you're going. And of course there are rail cards, there are lots of new rail cards now, but they're only for leisure travel, not for, you know, going to work, etc.
Postage, that's also something that annoys people. You go online, you think, oh, what a bargain. And then when you go to checkout, you think, well, that's more than what I'm buying in postage alone.
Yes, and I think this is the point. As you say, you think you've got a bargain, and it's when you come to the end and suddenly you've got all these charges slapped on you. That's, I think, what annoys people more than anything else, because it feels dishonest, basically, because you think you've got one charge and then the total fee is something different. And I think, you know, a lot of shops now and online retailers are being shunned by customers because they're doing this. And also, if they charge for you to send it back, people are worried about that. The only problem is, though, what the actual delivery people are paid. Now, I have a friend whose brother occasionally is a deliverer, and he gets paid £1 per delivery. So there's a bit of a disconnect here. You know, on the one hand, I think we as consumers would be happy to pay something sensible so that people can be paid something sensible, but we'd like it all in the price so that we know the total price to start with.
Okay, very quickly, tips and tricks?
Well, firstly, plan ahead if you possibly can. If you can plan ahead with your journeys, then you can get a ticket early, or you can get the petrol at the right place, not on the motorway. Also, always shop around. Very much the case for insurance, I think. Shop around, and frankly, for everything. And if it's things like booking fees, which it seems very difficult to do, I would genuinely get in touch with your local MP, trading standards, demand a change to this, because there's no reason for booking fees, I consider.
Jasmine Birtles, thank you so much. Gillian, back to you.
All very good advice. Let's catch up on the sport for you now.